Hi, darling. I am so excited to get into this reading today. I have been flooded with so many downloads about this reading, and I'm not even sure what it's about, but I'm just being told to basically tell who I'm reading for today, okay? As soon as I was preparing to get in my space and I was, opening up as a channel and just sort of taking in information here that's coming in intuitively, I was overflown. Overflown? Overflowing. Overflown. Interesting. Like a long shot. Interesting. Okay, sorry. I was overwhelmed and overflowing with an immediate sense of happy energy. It feels excited. It feels connected with the surroundings. It just feels like it kind of is understanding something fully here. Okay. So I feel like I'm talking to someone who is in this space now. Then I was drawn to the color green being for money, prosperity, abundance. And then I was given the word flourishment. Okay. At the same time, so the flourishment that I was getting is almost like whenever you're putting like flourishment details on a mural or a wall or some sort of like art piece, right? It's like adding flourishments to it. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but that was the image I was getting. Then this image changed to what was described to me as like light graffiti. Okay. And I was like, okay, well, what does that mean? And essentially it's like whoever I'm reading for, it's like you go into the dark spaces and you dress it up with light. And then I was getting how some people do that with poi or what is that word? What is that where you use like the lights and you do like hand, I don't know the words. Please, if you know what I'm talking about, please put it in the comments for me so I don't go crazy. But like light dancing. And so I was then visualizing someone using their light work to what feels like vandalize the shadow, but it's not really vandalism. It's like a welcome expression of artistry. Okay. And this is spiritual, possibly physical too. Okay. It feels like a revitalization. Okay. I was then drawn to water being very important for whoever I'm reading for. The idea of a wellspring came up, and then I was told that whoever I'm reading for, the reason for this sudden burst of energy, for this light painting, this light graffiti energy, this flourishment that you're doing throughout your life and the lives of others, because that was the other thing. It was like others can see your work and they are, it's like enamoring what you do. Okay. I was getting that you have tapped into a wellspring of knowledge via your intuition, and water intake could be really significant and important to that connection. Okay. Then my left eye started twitching and I was told to look that up as I open up my phone, 11:44 on the clock. Okay. You might be seeing 11:44 or ones and fours. Okay. Let's see. Left eye twitching. Maybe you have been really stressed before and you're like decompressing right now because it's saying a lot of stress or high caffeination. Maybe you're replacing caffeine with water right now. Let's see. I'm going to see spiritual. Let's see. Change. Now I'm being drawn to, whose reading did I watch today? Witch and Scythe. Witch and Scythe Tarot. I think that's her channel name. She's amazing. She's a phenomenal reader and guide. I highly recommend you check out her channel. She mentioned, I believe in today's posting, about Odin sacrificing his eye for something more for himself. So there's something here about that, like sacrificing the way you're seeing something. But it's, oh, for women, twitching left eye would bring good fortune. Okay, so change to fortune, feeling more fortunate. You know, there was a little while where I thought about going by Miss, M-I-S-S, Fortune, and then I was very quickly drawn to how the wordplay would be not beneficial. So I feel like whoever I'm speaking to, it's like you're very aware of your energy and your words, and you're like, I'm going to make sure that I'm doing things from a fortunate standpoint. My candle started like sparking off in the side while I was doing that. Okay, let's get into the reading. Don't put that on the ground. Okay. I do feel like I need to do some Florida water real quick. Okay. Oh, that stuff smells so good. So good. Okay, Spirit, let's start with being drawn to Moon Witch Oracle. Okay. All right, Infinite Spirit, my higher self, my darling's higher self, thank you so much for using me as a channel to guide and instruct. I ask for the most clear and concise messages, information, feelings, and sensations to come through for my darling as you wish, for the betterment of my darling and for the highest good of everyone. Thank you. And I love you. All right, let's see. Spirit, tell me about this person that I'm reading for. This feels like a confirmation reading and not like a guidance reading, okay? True North, stay true to yourself. Yes, this is a confirmation reading. And this is not for someone who is desperate for confirmation, by the way. This is not someone who needs confirmation from an insecure place. This is more of an acknowledgement of something that you already have peace and attunement and alignment with within yourself. Again, there's this optimistic, happy, energized feeling about you. It's not that you need a tarot reading to tell you what to do. It's that tarot readings are now aligning to what you already know to be true. And that is such an empowering place to be spiritually. It's such an empowering place. Okay, so you are in your true north alignment. Anything else, Spirit? Be one with nature. I'm getting the water imagery. Oh my gosh, look, this whole like scenery is dark, but then the artwork here is light. You might be seeing deers or fawns might be a significant sign for you. Ooh, I'm also seeing the snake here, and we are officially in the year of the snake. Time to shed some skin, shed some old skin. Lunar eclipse, open the door to a higher dimension. And I believe that we're actually new moon in Aquarius today. Or yesterday, by the time I'm posting this. Familiar, listen and learn. Whoever I'm reading for, yeah, trust, exactly. Whoever I'm reading for, trust is at the bottom, okay? The universe has a plan for you. Whoever I'm reading for, you have fully integrated your spiritual, physical, and emotional nature. You are in a place of flourishment. You are decorating the dark with your light, okay? And it's something to behold. It's something beautiful about you right now. You know who you are, you know your path, you know what you're supposed to do, and everything is confirming that. You have full trust in yourself and in reality, no matter what's playing out. I feel like you could be dealing with a lot of deja vu or prophetic, like recognizing some prophetic dreams possibly playing out. I know familiar is about familiar animals and spirits, you know, guides that are with you, but I'm getting that as you're looking out, you're recognizing the familiarity within, okay? It's really good energy. Let's get the tarot. There's the Queen of Wands. Fully empowered, fully magical, know who you are, confident, light worker, okay? And the Emperor. Divine masculine, divine feminine balance. What is peeking up here? The Four of Cups. It's like you no longer feel like you're missing out on anything in your life. I feel like you've gone to a place where you recognize the highs and lows as necessary. You value them for the opportunity to have awareness. Okay? Because the way I wanted to pull that out was like the Four of Cups between the Queen of Wands and the Emperor. So it just feels like both aspects are balanced, and thus both aspects can look at what would seem like a negative situation and dress it up lightly. Okay? Dress it up lightly. Okay, Spirit, tell me what my darling needs to be aware of. Three of Swords. I feel like this is where you're coming out of. And by be aware of, like I said, like, it's not that I'm telling you something that you don't know. This is a confirmation reading. I'm being told to shuffle and then pull off the top. Okay, shuffle 3, split, pull off the top. How many? 3 more? The Devil, the Sun, the Fool. My, you little light painter, you. How far did you go down in those depths? It feels like I'm talking to someone who basically went and met like themselves in the underworld. It feels like you went to the deepest, most toxic version of yourself and confronted it. I feel like you are coming, oh my gosh, all the light, all the happy, all the excitement, all the ready to do new things. Like, I'm speechless right now because of the confirmation in this reading. I just feel like someone who has mastered transmutation within their spirit, a wellspring of knowledge, the good, the bad, the easy, the challenge. You've been someone who has become, I'm hearing light as a feather, stiff as a board, right? What's that thing? Light as a feather, stiff as a board. It's like you're both. Okay, why do I need to confirm this for darling? Wow, we have the moon, which is the, feminine opposite of the sun. The knight, the light worker, the light painter. Oh my gosh. Okay, can you tell me some more? They're saying different deck, 3 of Wands, something that we've been waiting for. Maybe you're no longer waiting. Oh, it feels like this aspect that we're pulling ourselves out of, these dark times, these pessimistic times, these challenging times, the underworld energy, it feels like that was a waiting room. But the funny thing is that you're the doorman as well. It's like recognizing this place is familiar. You're familiar with every aspect. You're familiar with both the deepest deeps and the highest highs. You feel like an expert at it. This place is familiar. Okay. Ooh, I just rang. Okay, someone has a guide coming through because I just rang this little bell on accident. And then I've got the Hierophant and the 7 of Wands. There's a guide around you. It feels like God energy, okay? Yeah, it feels like God energy. Infinite spirit. And this guide. Oh, there's been like, okay. This guide is basically confirming to you. You may have had a thought, and okay, one of you had a thought. Okay, is this new happiness that I'm feeling, this new excitement despite my grim circumstances, despite how bad it's been, despite the worst of the worst, is my optimism, is my happiness coming up, is that like just sort of like turning a blind eye to real issues? Like, am I just suppressing something? There's been maybe a tinge of fear or worry that this hasn't actually been mastery, and you haven't actually tapped into a wellspring of knowledge, and you haven't like leveled up. This guide that's coming through, this God energy, wants you to know, no, that's not what it means. This is confirmation. You have felt like a revitalization, like you are flourishing in dark spaces, like you are coloring the night with your light. And you're like, am I just thinking that just to avoid the reality of the situation? This guide is saying, no, this place, this waiting period, the hardness that you went through, that was the lesson. That was the well. You went down to the depths, and now you have pulled up this new knowledge, this new connection to your divine source energy. And so what you are doing with it is your progression. It is your like graduation on a personal spiritual level. You're not avoiding reality. Okay. It's like, maybe, okay, this is a question because perhaps who I'm reading for, you had a conversation with God, with the universe, flying high, overflown, jet stream. Okay. I'm not sure. Anyways, you had like a conversation with God, source, creator, infinite spirit, yourself, that said, why are you blocking me? At one point, why are you blocking me? Like, why are you making this so difficult with the Seven of Wands? Why does this feel like a blockage in my path? And this guide around you is essentially confirming to you the blockage was a hurdle to jump over. Okay, this has come through before, I don't remember which reading, but the blockage was a hurdle to jump over, and you have jumped the hurdle successfully. This was part of the deal. This was part of the thing. So now that you've jumped over it, okay, which might have just been deciding to stand your ground despite your circumstances and saying, no, I'm going to remember my light. I'm going to step into that energy despite my circumstances. I'm going to be renewed. I'm going to be revitalized. I'm going to remember my essence. And that was you jumping this hurdle. That was the point. You did it successfully, and you have graduated in a sense because you have mastered your light in the dark. You've mastered it. Okay? Yes. This was the transformation. You literally did go to the underworld with death. You literally did. Spiritual underworld, internal underworld, the underworld of yourself. This could have been complete ego death. Scorpio energy at the bottom, Taurus with the Hierophant. Okay. You could have had a complete deconstruction of who you were, of who you are. You could have almost fully lost yourself. Oh, interesting. My hair, I've got this monitor, and my hair, it tripped me out for a second because I thought it was a figure. So you may have really been like, you may have felt really haunted by like what felt like a dark energy. And you're just like, maybe I can't overcome this dark energy. You may have felt like you were being essentially shadowed by like a reaper energy around you. Okay. So it was like really terrifying in this dark space, which is why you're wondering, or why you have questioned if your revitalization, if your just decision to not engage that, to not identify with that, if that is avoidance. It's not avoidance. You've successfully like done a spiritual transformation and a spiritual transmutation of your energy. And it's integrating both. Again, the imagery with the light painting is that the dark is still there, but you're painting it with light. You're painting it with light. And not in a fearful way. It's fun. You're not scared of the dark. You're not trying to make the sun rise. You are doing your work that you can, and you recognize the need for the dark in that energy. This was what you needed. This was the lesson. Okay, Spirit, is there anything else that's coming through here to confirm for my darling? Four of Wands, 4 torches, and a phoenix in the middle. The 4 torches and the phoenix in the middle. These 4 torches are representing the limbs of this phoenix to me. A wing each and a foot each. One to fly and one to grab. One to fly and one to grab. What is the significance of that? What are you trying to tell me? The devil. The devil can have sticky talons sometimes. That feels inescapable. Like, look at this hand imagery on this picture. It looks like a tar-laden hand, right? And the devil's wings are the same color as this 4 of Wands. Hold on. Judgment. Give me a second. Okay. The shadow aspect within you is going to question what's happening around you, is going to question the validity of it with the 7 of Swords. But who I'm reading for, you have stepped into a time of strength, of knowing your power. With the Judgment, I mean, the devil energy is powerful too, but I'm not fearful of this devil energy. Who I'm reading for, this is confirmation that you're aware that part of your journey and part of your strength and part of your calling is to navigate the depths and remind yourself of your truth and establish it with confidence, with excitement, despite what it looks like, and overcoming those odds. You're very aware of this. And the reason that you're aware of this is because just as you have been taught, you will teach. You will guide. Who I'm reading for, you're going through this so that you can help people, because there are millions of people going through the same energy and don't know what to do. And there will be some who reach out and search for answers desperately, and you will teach them how to grasp their light in the dark, how to do light painting in the dark, how to not fear the dark, but to paint with it. Paint within it. Use it as a canvas. You have used the darkness. You have used your most deep, destructive self as a canvas for flight. You will teach people how to soar again. And the thing is, you're in a time of cherishing that you have these talons that sticks and grabs to things, and that's necessary. Okay? It's like, I'm getting with that 4 of Wands phoenix, right? Wings to soar, talons to grab. You still see things from a higher perspective, from a bird's eye view. Okay? But you still need to be able to grab what you need to sustain yourself, just like a fish or a phoenix or, birds of prey would grab their prey, right? It's also needing to grab the tools and the materials to create your nest, okay? And I'm just getting who I'm reading for. You're supposed to know that it's okay that you grab what you need from an elevated perspective. Hearing someone like, oh, don't steal anything, okay? Don't steal anything. Don't steal people. Okay. Don't steal anything. Don't steal anything. Okay? Not materialistically. Maybe you have learned a lot from other teachers, other guides here. Like, I mean, Witch and Scythe is an amazing reader. Like, she's such an amazing guide, okay? Maybe you take and pick things apart and you apply them, and then you're trying to figure out, how can I teach and do the same sort of thing? And there's something here about recognizing that what you learn and what you apply, you'll take what you need and you'll form it into your own nest and your own creativity and your own artwork. It's not stealing unless you feel like you have to imitate. You're not imitating. You are your own creation. This is the point, okay? This is the point. You're amazing. You've done so much change on yourself. It's not going to be like before with the Six of Cups in the Tower. It's not going to be like before. You're not going to feel like, oh, this is a temporary high. I'm avoiding things. I'm going to slump back down. You will experience highs and lows just like the rest of humanity, but you know how to navigate those lows from an empowered state now. That's the whole point, okay? That's the whole point. Is there anything else that wants to come out? Sacred Symbols, Oracle. Okay. All right, closing message, Spirit. What else do you want to say? Jealousy and psychic. Yeah, you don't have to steal anyone else's like format or something. You are going to create your own. Transformation, nature, spirits. Truth. So yeah, you've come out of a very deep-rooted time in your life where you felt buried, where you felt beneath the earth, the underworld. But that underworld was necessary for rooting. And it's funny because like a lot of times whenever I do grounding meditations, the visualization that I get is to plant my feet on the ground and I imagine roots attaching me to the core of the earth so that I can be balanced during these readings and give the proper, like I can take my mind and my crown chakra up as high as I can because I know I'm still rooted in this earthly plane, right? So there's something here about recognizing the depths were necessary for roots, but you are still transforming in your own way. And what you are seeing about yourself, this transformation is truth. And it is a wand that you're wielding to decide, claim, and express your truth. There's nothing that you have to take from others. There's nothing that you're not pulling the wool over anyone's eyes. Nothing like that. Not even over your own eyes, okay? So confirmation, you have transformed miraculously. You are a light painter in the darkness. You have the ability to take those tools and teach others in your own beautiful way that you're supposed to, that you're called to do. And this is something that's going to be amazing for you. Okay? You already know it. You just need the confirmation. Okay. I'm going to leave this reading here. I hope that this resonated for whoever it was meant for. And thank you so much for spending time with me. If you like the reading, give it a like. I appreciate it. I'm trying to recover. The algorithm is a little upset with me. So thank you for your help. Thank you for being here. I love you so much. Take care and ta-ta.